Hey guys, it's Lindsay, and in today's video I wanted to share with you guys what's been going on with our language arts and how my daughter's progressing and what we are liking about the Good and the Beautiful, if we're going to continue with the Good and the Beautiful, and all of that stuff. I think it's very important to have a curriculum that fits your family's needs, and I will be sharing with you guys how we're liking it still. I did a video back in November sharing with you guys how I was using it for all the way up to week 10, and I thought it was a long time since then. It's been about 5 months, so I want to share with you guys, we're already at 35 weeks of our homeschool, so I thought I would share with you guys how we're liking it, what's been going on, my thoughts, and just everything that I've been kind of thinking about at the end of the year, just trying to see where we're at and what we need to do. Wanted to get into the part where we are and what I was thinking about our future curriculum, and if we wanted to change things up and not use the Good and the Beautiful. I decided to stick with the Good and the Beautiful because me as a parent and as a teacher, I appreciate the layout of this book. I just really enjoy the format of this and how it's all laid out for the teacher. And I think it's just very, very well thought out. I'm glad that there's a curriculum out there that has all of this bundled up in one really nice, beautiful workbook. My daughter pretty much read this whole entire book. She loves it. It's just great stories. And I think she read this more at the beginning of the year. She has one more story left or two more stories left to finish, but she really has enjoyed it, and she's moved on from that reader and she's reading more chapter books. Not that she can't read this anymore, she still likes it. If you guys hear lots of rain, downpour, I'm in Florida and it just started pouring, so that's why I have this lighting right now, because everything's so dark. Okay, Explode the Code 3 is what we're using right now. Using it for spelling and mastery of phonics. I like how it pairs up with the Good and the Beautiful. It works out perfectly. The reason why I use it is not because the Good and the Beautiful needs to be supplemented whatsoever. Everything is in here and even more. So you get everything in your language arts program in this book, and it's an open and go book. I love it. But since I don't follow the exact daily checklist that they have here, and we don't do 30 to 40 minutes with each lesson, I supplement it with this because I think it's just a little too much for my daughter to be spending more than an hour on a language arts lesson. So we do this, and we also do this. Now we are on lesson 44, and we're in week 35 of our homeschool. We've had lots of things come up, like family emergencies and just lots of breaks and fun. The flexibility of homeschool is wonderful. We homeschool year round, so we're halfway through the curriculum. This summertime, if my daughter wants to be up for the challenge, she might finish it. Or if we continue on a slow pace, we will probably continue it on at the beginning of our second grade year. So that is what I chose to do. There are so many good language arts programs out there that I was kind of tempted to do, but I already purchased this and I already have it, and it's been working, and I love the format. Whether my daughter loves it, that's just another thing. Sometimes she likes it, sometimes she doesn't want to deal with it, but that is what kids are all about, right? They like something one day and then the next day they don't like it. So I try not to go on the emotions of my 6-year-old daughter as far as my curriculum picks. So I would like to encourage you guys, if you feel a little push and tug with the curriculum that your kids are using and they don't like it that much, try to make it more fun or take a little break. That's what I've been doing. We've definitely taken a break from the Good and the Beautiful during the time my husband had surgery and during Christmas time, and now we're getting back into it more consistently. And like I said, I'm fine going at a slow pace. My daughter is 6 years old, and everything that she's learning in this book is going to help her, whether we do it fast or slow. I feel like slow for us is better. And if she doesn't totally grasp the concept, that's okay. She's just dipping her feet into the water and getting her toes wet. That is what first grade is all about, right? And learning and exploring and figuring things out. So what we haven't been using is the phonics cards, which I'm sure would be very helpful. But fortunately, she likes reading sight words. I think it has a lot to do with the Explode the Code and her foundation of reading and how I taught her to read from the 20 Easy Reading Lessons. And I will link down below in the description a flip through of that. It was like an old video. But that's really been something that has helped her. And also the Leapfrog DVDs are very helpful with their phonics. So the sight words she mastered, I think, within a short period of time. Some of them were challenging, so we would just go over and over it, and she got them all mastered. And she really loved the sight ladder. She calls them the sight ladder. She loves it. So she did finish this up. As far as her spelling goes, she has not made tons of progress according to this actual worksheet. She doesn't have the stars on all of her charts, which is totally fine. We haven't even gotten to chart 3 or 6. And so the reason why it's been going a little slow is that she does a lot of her spelling in the Explode the Code. As you can see, like the other day, she's just learning how to spell smile, plane, stone, slide, snake, all of these things that I feel like she has been learning here helps, and she could do it independently. And with spelling words here, we usually do it together. We'll write things on the chalkboard, or we'll use little Scrabble tiles, try to make it fun. Sometimes she'll just want me to ask her a few of these words, and then she'll spell it out to me orally. So that is how we do spelling. Now, like I said, when I was doing this update for you guys and letting you guys know how we liked it in my honest opinion of The Good and the Beautiful, we were on lesson 16. Now we're on lesson 44. So we didn't go too far. We have all of this to do. I'm going to go through some of the lessons that we just finished in the past few weeks to kind of give you a glimpse of this is what we like, this is what she doesn't like, this is how I deal with it. Poetry, she read and she loves. This one was if I could meet someone from the past, who would it be? And she wrote some sentences, which was pretty cool because we were able to go through what a sentence should look like, what should be capitalized, and the periods. And so very simple grammar for a 6-year-old. And then she did this little picture. In this lesson, they were talking about complete sentences and what a complete thought is. And I thought it was really interesting that she understood it because she has been reading lots of books lately. And so the more she reads, I think she's going to understand these concepts a little more as far as what a sentence needs. It needs 3 things. It needs a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. So when we were going through these, she really understood it. So it was really surprising to me that with all of the reading that I do for her, the read out louds, and all the reading she does on her own, it's been very helpful. This was a really neat one where we learned about Aesop, that wrote all the Aesop fables, and we had a little quiz. This is the first time I had a little quiz, like a little test, and she's never done anything like this, so we did it together, so that was fun. And here, so lesson 40, for instance, we didn't do it the exact way that they wanted us to do it. English words cannot end in V was the lesson. Right here, they want you to dictate the sentence and dictate the words and have the kids write it out. Right now, my daughter's not going to write all this stuff out, and maybe in the future when she's a little older she will, so I just skipped this. She just read all of the words like a sight word, and then she read the sentence and we discussed things, and that's as far as we went. This page over here, we did writing questions, and according to the picture we had a few questions that we did, and I wrote one of the sentences, which is really bad handwriting, and then the second one I started and she finished. I meet her halfway. Some days she doesn't mind writing, and other times she wants to write. So this time she dictated to me some questions and I wrote them because I kind of felt that she didn't want to do it. So you kind of, I don't know, I just kind of work with where she's at that day. Some kids at age 6 can be very emotional, especially girls. Lesson 39, she was reading the WH and WR ladders. She loves the ladders, and like right here it says dictate the following words and sentence and have them write it, but she didn't write it. I don't have her write it. This activity she really didn't love. Some of the picture studies I really enjoy. Like, I get a kick out of it I love it. They work out great with the lessons. So they're talking about adjectives and how it pertains to the picture. I loved it. My daughter didn't love it, but I still had her do it. They were talking about past, present, and future, which was really fun. This lesson was a little difficult for her, and I can tell that it was a little challenging, which is fine. So we went through this really slowly, and then when I noticed that she just kind of wanted to give up, we just took a break, and then I discussed the past, present, and future with her throughout the week in an organic way. Like if we were reading a book, or if she was reading a book to me, I would ask her, oh, do you think that's past? Do you think it's present or future? and do it that way instead of like opening this book up and like having her do an activity. So that is what we did. Now she did a reading assessment on page 108, and we have not done a reading assessment since we started this book because the first time I did it, she did not want to do it. Now all of a sudden she wants to do it, and she had a great time doing it. So, I mean, it all depends on the kid and if they're ready for it or not. This is the Sounds of Why that we did. She also worked on base words, and she loved the worksheets. Like, this had 3 worksheets in a row, and she really enjoyed doing them, and she really understood it, so I was pleasantly surprised. This is where she, like, talked about her school and what she liked about her school, so she talked about her co-op and how they like to pretend to be princesses, and she did a cute little picture here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video has helped you guys out, whether it's picking a language arts curriculum like The Good and the Beautiful or any of the other programs that are out there. I just need to remind myself that they're just kids, and I want them to have fun, and I love learning with them every day, and I just want to bring joy to our homeschool. So whether that means slowing down or taking a break from a curriculum or just going at their pace, and having them just progress in whatever curriculum they're using, I think that's the most important thing, and I am learning that. As a new homeschool mom of 3 years, I'm learning that just to take your time, to take breaks, and to just enjoy the process. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, I would love to have you guys subscribe.